Christian, I, the questions I have for today, and I think Anthony and John will have some of their own, they're more toward Revelations and the book of Revelations. And I don't know that I've ever had a very good grasp of that. So I think of the Bible, there's a lot of ancient history. I don't know if it's long enough ago to be ancient history. I think of ancient history more tens or hundreds of thousands of years, but a couple thousand years even in the New Testament is pretty old, and almost as a guide for life, right? Like it's, one of the things I've always thought is even if people aren't Christian, if they read the Bible, there's a lot of good advice in there. It's kind of like the first self-help book that, a lot of people have. Then there's Revelations. So let's just start. What the hell is the book of Revelations? Like, what's the purpose? Why is it so different? Just, what is that thing?
Yeah. Basically, it is looking more towards the future. And, now, 2,000 years after Jesus, we consider it to be far down the road somewhere. So it's thinking about, okay, with the end of times, what is that going to look like? Although it's funny, historically, the early Christians assumed that Jesus would come back within their own lifetime. So actually, St. Paul at some point has to tell them, hey, you guys need to get back to work. Everybody was just bumming around thinking Jesus is going to come back. Why build a business? Why do anything? Let's just sit here and pray and try to be, holy. So when he comes back, we'll be chosen. And St. Paul's like, no, get back to work. So this gradual change came where we didn't understand Revelation is like, this is going to happen immediately like they did, to this is sometime down the road. And it's funny, like every generation of Christians seems to think that theirs is going to be the end time, or at least some do.